Well, sadly, the city of discovery has become the city of revolution in these past few weeks. A seething discontent in the background is in danger of undermining a United side which has only won twice at home this season. And a defeat today could certainly see them an endangered species. Well, they make 4 changes for this one. Dijkstra failed to late fitness test, joining Lauchlan, Patterson and Miller in a stand. And if they can break a Killie defence, whose record is the best in the league, it might be through the Swedish top goal scorer, Kjell Olofsson. Now, 10 goals isn't a mighty total for him, but as in his demonstration at Ibrox recently, he can sometimes pick the right moments. Killie have already beaten United 3 times this season by 2-0, but without Ali McCoist and Paul Wright, they're hardly likely to succumb to complacency. And I think we're all delighted to see the Frenchman Jerome Vareille back in action again after that injury against Rangers. He's missed almost 3/4 of the season, but his pace will now be invaluable. And the referee today, the experienced John Rowbottom. Well, there have been demonstrations around the city, but in the ground itself, the only protest I've noticed was a wee boy in tears because I think his father had taken his sweeties off him, and I think Jim McLean can live with that kind of protest. But United, who've gone to Ibrox, beaten the champions, scored 4 at Pittodrie, and are yet in danger of relegation, are proving yet again that football very often is beyond rational analysis. And if Killie want to keep up there for a European place and win today, then the game next week against St Johnstone will be something of a mini cup final. That's their incentive today on a pitch which is pretty heavy. Almost a thunderstorm as we arrived in Dundee today. And a free kick, first of the game. Really is going to be very tough up there, and I think McGowne got it right in the face quite accidentally. Well, here's the collision here, and the head just went into the side, purely accidentally, as I said. I don't know how he laughs at such a situation like this, but he's that kind of jovial character. Everybody else biting their fingernails. Timing had to be perfect. Billy Dodds looked for a ball inside. That's a wonderful little ball through. And classic narrowing of the angle there. But you have to credit the run by John Eustace. He saw the gap and he went for it. Oh, and he didn't get hold of it cleanly at all. Ball again. De Vos might take off. That's a decent ball. It's got to be played to the right. Easton. Ooh, there's a bit of hesitation there. Now, what about that? Good professional defending there by Gus MacPherson. This could have been calamitous, but watch the way he kills the ball in the chest. Knows exactly what he's doing there. Now Holt. Backed up by Reilly. Baker. A little bit obvious there, through to Vareille. Can he go round his man and score? No! Oh, it took such an agonizingly long time for him to make up his mind. Maybe a case of a man trying to pick his spot in the net, get it to his proper foot, and allowing time for the defender to get across and close it down. Best chance of the game. Killie should have been 1 up. And indeed, there goes the half-time whistle. It has been the kind of game where tension has been on the surface most of the time. 2 great chances. First of all, superb defensive work by Gus MacPherson when Kilmarnock really could have been in trouble. A ball played in by Easton. Absolutely no margin for error as he took that ball and got it back down. And then a great chance falling to the Frenchman, who seemed to get caught up in the idea of where am I going to place the ball into the back of the net. And so at this stage it is very level, very tense, very nervous, nothing each. At the start of the game I said something about the possibility of protest undermining the confidence of this United team. I have to say that to a man the United supporters have been behind their side, especially noticeable welcoming them out at the start of this half. Now, they haven't seen a classic, but then when you're fighting for your existence, it's not the aesthetics of the game you come to see, just the certainty of not losing it. And I think given the results elsewhere, that's precisely how United have to approach this. Against a team like Kilmarnock, you realise that nothing much is happening with St Johnstone at this juncture. They've got to keep it going like this until they meet them next week. That's perhaps the prospect is more intriguing than this game itself has been. MacPherson nicely into space. Roberts to Holt, to Durrant. Baker comes up. Oh, that was cut inside towards Henry. Now, on balance, I thought Kilmarnock's football was a bit more constructive and precise than United's. Maybe that reflects their league positions as well. Given away, Vareille! I think he did exactly the right thing in taking it first time. Remember, we criticised him for prolonging his effort in the first half. Well, he wasn't messing about this time. Seemed to hit it into the ground, though, even though it was angled away from goal. Here's McCulloch. Easily taken away. Played forward again. Eustace has done well getting in there. There's McCulloch back in. That's a better ball. Way by Holt. Olofsson couldn't get hold of it properly. Still the danger on McCulloch. That's Billy Dodds trying to get in there up the back. Whipped away eventually. Well, Lauchlan had to be in the right position because, as I said, Billy Dodds was just locking in behind him there at that left-hand post. And better play by United. And it's DeVos and tucked over there. Look at the way the ball is played in here. Perhaps Dundee United's best chance in the game so far. And the head of Stephen Thompson. I thought he might have been in an offside position until you see that shot there. He was played on. That's a distinct chance. Reilly, Holt. Good football by Killie. Lovely play by MacPherson. What's the final ball like? And again, DeVos has been the most commanding figure in that Dundee United penalty area. Look at the timing, the strength of the clearance. Oh, there's a mistake. Put back across goal, and once again, the defending to Holt. David Worrell getting in that final touch. Oh, without DeVos in this form, I think United might have been a couple of goals down by now in this half. Really are competing. Lauchlan away with it. Billy Dodds, that's a good break in the left. Olofsson. Oh, it's far too hard. No judgment in that whatsoever. And Thompson and Hannah staring at him, a withering glance they gave him there. Here's Roberts. Nicely played to Vareille. Oh, he should have touched it inside, and that will be a yellow card. David Worrell. Yes, taking no prisoners that time. Total misjudgment there. Durrant, in it goes. And not far away. McGowne creeping up there to take that. Perfectly entitled to do it. I think the United defence were expecting this to be floated and instead stroked into the pass of McGowne. Goalkeeper certainly got down very well. Tries to put it down the side with Vareille going after this. DeVos a little bit slow taking off. That's nicely run to Vareille inside there. It must be no! What a miss! Well, Roberts again showing that Killie have that degree of subtle football to set up chances like this for themselves, as they showed in the first half. And he couldn't find the composure. Durrant. Bases it out there to MacPherson. This is the kind of passing game that Kilmarnock are better at. There's a chance now, and Henry tried his creep round, slipped that in, and that was typical Kilmarnock play there. Those long high balls have not been all that effective for them, but when they move the ball around, they've got chances like this. The final touch there, just eluding Henry. Here's a break. First out there by Eustace, and now McCulloch attacking. Holt comes back with them. Yes, the referee, I think, delayed it intelligently again then until he had ensured that that run by McCulloch had petered out. You let him go on there, and then when it was all up, he rightly blew the whistle for the free kick. Played away to that far side, the Moses in. Oh, brilliantly saved! Oh, by far United's best chance, and this big fellow who's been superb in defence almost gets the victory here. How about that for a save? One of the best of the season. He seemed to be moving at the wrong angle to start off with, and then got back. Bobby Williamson trying to exhort his legions to get out there and put a little bit more into it. Billy Dodds was all on his own, led by Vareille. Dodds has come back a little bit deeper. Easton. I'll seem to be happy to win a corner out of that. So, can they keep it going from this corner kick? This box again! Reilly on the line this time. Twice this big fellow who's been immense. What a stature he has in defence. And what a might he has in attack. Well, they might almost have got that. The Canadian international, by far the best player in this side today, I think. Free kick, and this could be very interesting at this juncture with high making about 90 seconds remaining. Free kick. An important free kick for Kilmarnock, because we hear at this juncture again, Jim Dillahunt informing me, it's now nothing each as a final score at Perth. So Kilmarnock remain 1 point in front. And that tremendous game looming up in front of us. 2 minutes of injury time added on. McCulloch plays it a little bit too much. Back down again. DeVos has decided to go way back though, not taking any chances this time. Oh, there's hesitation in that Killie defence. There's the up and under again, it clears the lines. Paul Sturrock out again, he realises how important these final 2 minutes are going to be. He has seen the best of United in the last 10 minutes. Up till then, they could have lost goals, there's no doubt about that. But I will credit them with hanging on in there. The degree of conviction about their play in the last quarter of this game, that's quite commendable. Offside, well. That must have been very tight indeed. And there goes the final whistle, and I think that point will be like 6 points to Dundee United, given the result at Dunfermline. He goes off, I think, a mightily relieved man, as you could see from the puffing of the cheeks there. Now then, DeVos might have won that game, but long before that, of course, we had the chances in the first half with Jerome Vareille trying to go through, labouring the point, and the chance spurned. And then at the other end, in the second half, another great opportunity falling to Mark Roberts. He couldn't take that. And then towards the end, the big Canadian international, whom I would make my man of the match, who was superb in defence, coming up and with 2 tremendous headers. There is spirit in Dundee yet, and certainly now one of survival. Final score, Dundee United 0, Kilmarnock 0.
It looked as if you were determined to play football today despite the conditions.
Well, that's the Gaffer maintains. He tries to drum it into us now. We're not the biggest side, and obviously that's the best way to get the ball on the deck and try and play a bit.
Had a few chances, didn't you?
He did. We should almost unlucky in Marco and John Henry. But with us chasing the game, then United nearly sneaked it in with Jason DeVos with 2 chances. But I thought it was an entertaining game from 0-0.